widely Bitcoin actually have been like used in the country?
Yeah, the Bitcoin is like a virtual money, but everyone know about crypto money, but using is not easy.
Do you think the government initiative, the country start accepting Bitcoin would be successful or not?
So parfois pour ça, moi mingi abeba ninga miwapo bantu nakanga zo.
We have just arrived in the farm area, like which is approximately 1 hour away from Bangui.
Energy, you see, is very far from the city, and from here we don't have electricity. We need to use like a battery. We need like use a solar panel, and it's very expensive to get it here.
So can you ask him like how is his life in like remote area?
It's very important for anyone who's wanna come to Bangui to invest, because the country is very empty. We are still importing everything. We do not produce anything. Even the food we eat, we import from Cameroon, from abroad. So we are human beings. Our country has been facing challenges like others country. Like now in Israel, in Sudan, in some countries, we do face some challenges. We are facing challenges, but despite we are facing challenges, some people are moving, right? They are doing business, they are making money, people are coming, and you came to Bangui, right? I will encourage people to come and to see the realities on the ground, despite staying there and just judging the country that no, it's not good because they have heard on French international radio, maybe on BBC or social medias that no, Central African Republic is not good. It's a bad place to visit. Well, it's not good. Central African Republic is very, very full of opportunities. Full of opportunities.
Central African Republic's most powerful rebel groups have formed an unlikely alliance against the government. They've captured large parts of the country and are threatening to take the capital, Bangui. Nearly 250,000 people have been displaced by fighting since December. Aid agencies warn they're struggling to help those affected. This is what you need to know about the unfolding crisis.
Central African Republic. Most people have never heard of this country, and those who have usually know it for all the wrong reasons. Often ranked among the poorest, the most dangerous, and the most unstable countries on earth, a place the world associates with war, not life, with violence, not hope. This is a country known for civil war, for child soldiers, for armed groups roaming freely while the state barely functions. Country where governments collapse, peace agreements fail, and stability never lasts long enough to matter. For decades, the Central African Republic has been labeled a failed state, too weak to protect its people, too poor to rebuild, too unstable to escape its past. The headlines repeat themselves. Violence erupts again. Thousands displaced. International forces intervene. And then silence. No recovery story, no rebuilding phase. Just another forgotten crisis. At least, that's the story you are told.
Living here is really difficult because we have nothing. Sometimes you cannot buy food for 2 days because there's no work.
Central African Republic is very, very full of opportunities. Full of opportunities.
As I walk through the street of Bangui, it's hard not to notice the UN vehicles. This is a United Nations peacekeeping mission in Central African Republic. Since 2013, when a brutal civil war broke out between armed groups, entire communities were torn out, thousands were killed, and nearly a quarter of the population was displaced. In response, the United Nations deployed peacekeepers with one mission: to protect civilians, support peace efforts, and help stabilize the country. More than 40,000 peacekeepers are stationed across country, Central African Republic. And still like Bangui, their presence helps deter violence. Yet beyond the capital, instability still remains. Like the one just passed. After years of conflict, the Central African Republic has begun a slow process of rebuilding. Within this challenging landscape, young and passionate entrepreneurs are taking the initiative to create new opportunities. This script features an interview with Enoch, a local entrepreneur I was introduced to by Sally.
Yep. Yeah. Hello. My name is Enoch. I'm from the Central African Republic. I'm a farmer. Let's say I'm an entrepreneur. I'm doing business in agriculture and rural development. And my country has so many opportunities, and many young people in my country, they just do rely on the government to provide them jobs, opportunities, and so on. So after after the graduation, my graduation at university, I decided to start my own business, and I start farming. I do broiler chicken, I do goat farming, I have gardens, but it's not easy when I talk about starting my own business in such a country which is facing so many political crises, many financial crises, let's say. It's not easy for me, but I'm doing what I'm passionate about it. I like it, and I think that I am like contributing to the economic growth of my community, and largely the economic growth of my country one day. Young people in my country, they are relying, as I said in the beginning, that they just rely on the government to provide them job opportunities, which is something which is very impossible for the government. Even in some developing countries, in America, in Europe, in Japan, young people are doing their own business. They do business. The government is there just to help them, to provide the good environment for their business to succeed. So it's very tough for me, very tough for me. But I just started very small, low scale, and now I'm growing. I have like 2,500 chickens I'm producing per production, and I have like goats, sheep in my farm, and I've employed 5 people who are working full time. And I think it's very important for anyone who's wanna come to Bangui to invest, because the country is very empty. We are still importing everything. We do not produce anything. Even the food we eat, we import from Cameroon, from abroad. So sometimes when there is a political conflict between my country, the Central African Republic, and Cameroon, the main road is blocked. When it's blocked, people are suffering. The price of some goods rise up, and the poor people cannot access food because they are unable to afford. And I think I can contribute, I can do something for it, and that's what I'm doing now. And I do believe, and I'm open to any opportunities, even to those who want to come to partnership. I like it. They can come, we can do business together to help the community in the Central African Republic, to help the young people access job opportunities, and also to make money. Yes, we do business to make money. I like win-win partnership, and those who are also volunteer want to maybe to support my initiative, they are welcome. I appreciate, and I'm so happy that I met my friends who came from Japan.
Yeah.
I appreciate, because you know in abroad, when people stay in their country and just judge the Central Africa, just they have some preconceived idea about the country. They say that no, Bangui, Central African Republic is not good. Rebels have taken over the country.
Yeah.
They control the country. But You came in Bangui, right?
Yeah. So what do you think, like how media portray your country?
So medias, they are just putting negativity in the mind. My country is a dark place to not visit. There is no good thing in my country. People are maybe criminals, they are rebels, they are doing bad things, they are it's like we are living in a jungle. What's not false? What's true? What's not true? It's not true. We are human beings. Our country has been facing challenges like others country. Like now in Israel, in Sudan, in some countries, we do face some challenges. We are facing some challenges, but despite we are facing challenges, some people are moving, right? They are doing business, they are making money, people are coming, and you came to Bangui, right?
Yes.
You came to Bangui.
Yes.
You are safe, nothing has happened to you, right? So I will encourage people to come and to see the realities on the ground, despite staying there and just judging the country that no, it's not good because they have heard on French international radio, maybe on BBC or social medias that no, Central African Republic is not good. It's a bad place to visit. Well, it's not good. Central African Republic is very, very full of opportunities. We have gold, we have diamonds, we have let's say natural resources where investors can come and put money, make money, provide job opportunities to the young people who are ready and let's say qualified work but they don't have job. They can come. Why not help the community? That's what I will say about my country.
Okay.
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
Okay. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you so much.
Merci. On my final day in the country, we are traveling outside Bangui to visit Enoch's agriculture business. We're stuck in the traffic.
Yeah, the traffic because you have building road. Yeah, that's why.
This is a road that's connecting to Bangui. That's why.
In the north side. Maybe west, no, north side.
Yeah.
We have like a bridge here.
That's
and
why.
All we must like go to this bridge.
Makes the car congested. Like now.
Because all this way is the river. You know the same river we see to my side.
Yeah.
The same are coming from here.
Okay.
So the road must pass on the board.
Right. So as you might heard, Central African Republic is the second country which accepts Bitcoin, which is a major cryptocurrencies, as a legal tender, followed by El Salvador, a country in Central America. So back in 2022, the government of Central African Republic start like new initiative where Bitcoin will be accepted as a legal currency in order for the country not to rely on like safer, that is a currency used in the country, and it is like tightly pegged to French government. So how widely like people recognize and how widely Bitcoin actually have been like used in the country?
Yeah, the Bitcoin is like a virtual money, but everyone know about crypto money, but using is not easy.
Okay.
Because problem of light, energy.
Okay.
The people don't have like a smartphone and a good connection. That is only the problem.
Okay.
But everyone know and need to use Bitcoin, like finance and transaction finance solution. Everyone knows it's good, but it's not easy to use it very easily here.
Okay, so it's very limited, right?
Yeah, it's limited, but some people start to use
So
it.
let's say how many percentage of the population hold Bitcoin?
Around is few, maybe 30% or 20%.
20%.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many percentage of the stores accept the crypto transaction?
No, not many, because for accept if we need like have many coins in circulation. But we must like have a wallet. Available wallet. If you get like available wallet, it's easy to pay and buy something.
Yeah, right.
Easily. But now the problem is like to make it like popular.
Yeah.
When it's popular, all the shop, because me too, I work like in one year pass for like to open to the shop, like the place to use like to buy and to sell Bitcoin, like in the shop to accept. We have like more than 5 or 6 shop accept Bitcoin by myself. To go in, like I go to tell them to use it as they use, they accept to use the wallet. But when the project like start very well, we can like go close to the shop and to tell them how to use it and how is it important.
Okay. And do you think the government initiative, the country start accepting Bitcoin, would be successful or not? Like, do you think it's a good idea or not?
No, it is a good idea, and it will be accepted by the people because many people need like a solution, because we have a very big problem of transaction money. We have this problem, so that is the solution for us. And the government choose a good way to solve this problem.
All right, thank you so much.
Ça va?
We have just arrived in the farm area, which is approximately 1 hour away from Bangui. Central African Republic is, as I mentioned, one of the countries who is facing extremely food insecurity. Although lots of population is actually engaged in agriculture, productivity is extremely low because of the lack of the infrastructures, such as electricities, those kind of things that is essential for agriculture business.
We have a problem of food security, but you see, we have a land, but we don't have like a technical, and we don't have any lot of things we need to make like a good farm and good agricultural area. So that is why we have like food security here in Central Africa.
So what's the most difficulty for the person who engage in agriculture?
Is like energy. You see, it's very far from the city, and from here we don't have electricity. We need to use like a battery. We need like use a solar panel, and it's very expensive to get it here. And even like a motor pump to make like irrigation.
Irrigation.
Water. Yeah, it's also the problem.
Okay.
So we need energy. The first thing is energy, and also the technology, agricultural innovation. That is what we need.
Okay.
Our poultry, I can visit you to make sure and to to the people.
Okay. And then this is your like employee.
Yeah, the workers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are they like staying here like all the time? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have like a family here, and also you see this one is Enoch brother.
Oh, okay.
Every time he's here, he have his wife, and like he control everything here. He's like if you are not here, he's a boss. He make everything. He control like workers and also doing everything. Okay. And he stay here with his family because he's far. He cannot like go and back. He stay every time here. He's a
Okay. He's a how we call it?
Yeah, he's a chicken. We have like around sometimes it's 3,000, but this one is 2,500 here. We get it. It's like that. Okay. Go back. You see how long we come here? You think someone can come here to steal? No. Here is safe. You don't have like a problem of people or something like that. You come to
Understand. Okay.
You don't need a garden, but only like a technical knowledge. But you know everything. Have like medicine, we have like food, how to make, but we make our food here by ourselves. Yeah.
Understand.
Because also need energy.
Yeah.
But now we use like gas well engine.
Okay.
To make
to generate energy.
Yeah, generator.
Okay.
To use it to make like a food. Yeah.
Okay. And this is where they live in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, where is they living?
Okay. So can you ask him like how is his life in remote area?
I prefer here Bangui.
You prefer here?
Yeah.
Pourquoi? Why?
Because here I feel well.
Oh. No pollution, like no traffic, just the nature.
The nature, yeah.
Jiko, understand. Right.
Here is very. But if you come like earlier, you can like go far. You need to show up. Even they have activities. They make like one.
Charcoal. It's charcoal.
Charcoal, yeah. Charbon.
Charbon.
Yeah. The wood.
Okay.
Yeah, they make it there. They like have also agricultural place there. It's very. Me too. I'll tell you. When sometime I will come like stay in the natural place. Very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah. Very great.
Bangui, maybe every time stressing for anything you are stressed.
Right.
Here with small you are well. Maybe here only maybe cannot have like a TV, but sometimes here the next time when we change like the new battery, I think we will bring also the small TV here.
Yeah, right.
And every they have like also community. Maybe here around maybe 20 people will live here.
Okay.
Only here maybe more than 10. And there, and maybe after they have another place. Maybe 20 people. It's already community.
Nice.
That is very, very.
Yeah, one problem. What we have here is a problem of network.
Network. Yeah. The network. They have because here sometimes we talk with Enoch to buy like a booster. They have some machine to boost a network. Like here the phone. We have only one place, some place in the house here to have a network. Only the place. If you want like to get a phone, call phone, no, now you don't have network. But some place here inside the room, maybe somewhere here, we have network. So if you want to have a network here, you must put your phone at the same place. So, but we can like have a booster, some machine to like a Wi-Fi to put like the network very far.
Understand.
As you've seen in this video, the Central African Republic faces many challenges, especially in electricity, food security, and basic infrastructure after years of conflict. I didn't come here just to film. I spent nearly a month in the Central African Republic meeting local entrepreneurs, community leaders, and people who are trying to rebuild this country from the ground up. During that time, I had many discussions with Enoch and Sally about what kind of business could actually work here, not on paper, but in reality. What you're seeing is not a good idea created for this video, but it already exists. It is built on 3 very basic needs: food, energy, and local initiative. Together, we are developing a model that combines agriculture with solar power, so farming can continue even where electricity is unstable or unavailable. And over time, we are exploring decentralized system to manage production, payment, and reinvestment more transparently. This project is still at early stage and it is growing step by step. If you'd like to support this effort, I have shared the fundraising link in the description. There's no obligation. This is simply where the journey continues beyond this video. The following day, I left Bangui and began a long overland journey to Cameroon through areas that for years were considered too dangerous to pass through. 24 hours later, I left Bangui and finally reached Cameroon. It became the hardest route I ever traveled. Along the way, I crossed 8 security checkpoints, passed one of the most difficult border crossings I ever experienced, and traveled across a long, heavily damaged road. And yet, the country is also full of remarkable nature. I hope this series has helped you better understand the Central African Republic. I see you again somewhere in another part of the world.